welcome everyone. So this gentle flow practice is a nice way to get our body moving at a steady pace so that we can really feel that connection to breath and movement at the same time. And maybe find our way into a couple of unexpected postures and transitions. So no props needed for our practice today. And we'll start by getting set up on our backs with our head towards the front of our mat. And as you lie down, please bend your knees, bring the feet to the mat, and rest your hands on your low belly. And you can choose to keep your eyes open or closed, but start to let the breath drop down a little bit more. So see if you can let the breath drop into the low belly. So expand the muscles of the low belly into your hands. And then feel the tissues of the belly descend towards the ground with your exhales. So the hands kind of act as a little bit of feedback for the breath here as we connect. And keep that connection to your breath in and out through your nose, and we'll start to move the pelvis with the breath. So on your next inhale, point your tailbone forward and down and arch your low back. So lift your low back slightly off of the ground. And then as you exhale, flatten your low back and feel your belly button pull towards the mat. Curl the tailbone under. And again, inhale, point the tailbone forward and down, arch the low back. And then exhale, flatten the low back, feel the tailbone curl under. Last time, inhale. And exhale, press the belly button down. And come back to a neutral pelvis. And we'll find that same movement, but lift your left foot and grab your left knee with your hands. So interlace your fingers on the left knee. And we'll find that same movement and breath with the pelvis, but now with the knee. So as you inhale, press the knee into the hands, point your tailbone forward, arch your low back, and then exhale, pull the knee in, flatten the low back, and curl the tailbone under. One more like that. Inhale, press the knee into the hands, straighten the arms, arch the low back. Exhale, flatten your low back and pull the thigh bone in. And then come back to our original position holding the knee and bring your left hand to your outer left thigh and then relax the right hand to the ground as the left knee widens to the left and only go so far that you can bring the left elbow down to the ground and create a little shelf for your leg here with your hand. Take an inhale with the knee bent, and then as you exhale, kick your left heel out to the side. Do that one more time. Inhale, bend your knee. Get long through the back of the leg as you kick the heel out. Bend the knee again and then set the foot down to the mat. Lift your right foot and grab your right knee with your hands. Press the knee into the hands, arch your low back, point the tailbone forward, inhale. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, flatten the low back and pull the knee in towards the chest. One more like that. Inhale, press the knee forward, straighten the arms, arch the low back. Exhale, flatten your low back and curl the knee in towards the chest. Come back to the original position and bring your right hand to your outer right thigh this time. Relax your left arm to your side, widen the right knee out to the right, connect your elbow with the ground and hold the right thigh with your hand. Take an inhale. Kick your right foot out, exhale, get longer through the right leg. Again, inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Bend the knee and land the foot on the ground. Relax your arms down. Take an inhale and an exhale. Roll yourself over to one side and continue to roll over until you find yourself on hands and knees, on all fours. And from all fours, we're going to start to make a big circle with the right arm. So shift your weight to the left hand. Start to reach your right arm forward and up and reach it back, trying not to let the spine get involved with this circle. And then reverse it. So reach the arm back, reach the arm up and forward. Again, reach the arm forward and up and back. Keep it back, bend the elbow and bring the back of the right hand to the back. Pull the front of your elbow away from the mat, and we'll find some cat-cow here. So as you inhale, arch your back, lift your chest, look up. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your tail and tuck your chin. One more, inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Reach your right hand up and twist your chest to the right. Take another breath here. Open twist. And then slide the right hand and the right arm under the left arm. So thread it under, reach the fingers to the left, maybe enough so that you can bring the right shoulder and the right side of your head all the way down to your mat. And if they connect, then you can bring the back of the left hand to the low back, and then press the hand into the back, pull the left shoulder and the left elbow away from the ground. Take one more breath. Bring the left hand to the mat, untwist, and bring the right hand back down to the ground. We'll start to find that circle with the left arm. So reach the left arm forward and up and back and down, and then reverse it. So reach it back. Try to keep the spine neutral through this range of motion at the shoulder. And then circle the arm back again. This time, once it's back, bend the elbow and bring the back of the hand to your back. Press the hand into the back, widen the left elbow and the left shoulder away from the mat, and start to move your spine. Inhale, arch your back, back bend, look forward, stretch your throat. Exhale, round your back, stretch the back of the neck. One more. And exhale. Come back to neutral. Reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Let that twist the chest open to the left. And then slide that left hand under the right arm. Reach it out to the right. Bring the left shoulder down to the ground. Big twist. Maybe the left side of the head comes down to the ground. And then maybe bring the back of the right hand to the small of your back. Press into the back. Widen the right elbow back. Last breath. Bring your right hand down to the mat, please. And then pull the left arm back. Set the left hand down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Take your time to come up. Press the hands firmly into the ground. Press the feet firmly into the ground. And let those points of contact press into the mat to elevate the pelvis more. Get longer through the underside of your shoulders. Get longer through the sides of your waist. Last breath. Let's move a bit with the breath. Come forward to plank pose with your inhale. Drop your knees to the mat. Exhale, lower yourself to your belly and your chest. Slide your hands wide, point your toes. Come to your fingertips. Press into your fingertips. Lift your chest and maybe a couple of ribs off of the ground. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, melt it forward and down. Keep the hands where they are. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, press into the fingertips. Maybe squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, release, and melt forward and down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press onto all fours. Inhale. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Exhale. One breath in. And out. Look forward. Inhale. See where you're going and lift your heels. And then bend your knees and tiptoe your feet forward towards your thumbs. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Have a bit of softness behind the knees. Bow the head. Lengthen your spine forward on an inhale. And then bow as you exhale. Take 2 breaths to round yourself up until you are standing on your feet. Reach your arms above your head, please. Bend your elbows and grab a hold of opposite elbows with your hands. Pull the heads of the arm bones back slightly. Pull the biceps back slightly. Pull your front ribs in. From here, take an inhale and then take a side bend to the right as you exhale. So feel your right hand pull the left elbow towards the right and create a bit more real estate through the left side of your torso here. Now, option is to either stay or take a little step back with your left foot, just straight back. Land both heels and see if that changes the dynamic of the stretch through the left side of the body. Press your hips towards the left and take another breath. Lift back up to center. Keep the arms as they are. Step the left foot forward. Now switch the cross of the forearms. So whichever was in front, bring it behind. Pull the arms back, pull the ribs down. Side bend to the left. Use the right fingers here to really pull the right elbow towards the left. Breathe. Either stay or take a small step back with the right foot. Land that heel. Send the hips a little further to the right as the elbows come a little further to the left. Last breath. Lift your arms back to center and step your right foot forward. Take an inhale as you are, and then exhale, begin to bow forward, hinge at the hips, bend your knees if you need, and then let the weight of your elbows pull the sides of your torso down towards the ground. Feel that traction along the spine. Take one more breath. Release your fingertips to the mat. Lengthen your spine halfway. Inhale. Bow as you exhale. Now bend your knees and take a long step back with your right foot, please. Right foot steps back and then land your right knee on the ground for a low lunge. Just for a couple breaths here, start to move the pelvis forward and back. Paying attention to what's happening in your thighs. And then let the pelvis come forward towards the left heel and pause. Get really long through the right thigh, through the hip flexors. Now keep your back knee where it is. We're going to lift the back foot and swing it over towards the left edge of our mat. So it's like we're swinging the foot behind us and across towards the long edge of our mat on the left. The legs are going to stay exactly as they are. From here, start to walk your hands over towards the right. Keep your legs as they are. Walk the hands towards the right. Keep walking them back until you can bring your right fingertips behind your right leg, so behind the shin, and then sweep the left arm across the left ear, reaching the left fingers towards the back of your mat as you reach your left knee towards the front of your mat. So this is a regressed version of reverse warrior or exalted warrior. Take one more breath. Try to lunge a little bit more into the left knee. And then bring the left fingers down and crawl the hands back. So reverse. Keep the legs as they are. Bring your left forearm across your left thigh. Turn the torso to the right. Reach the right arm across the right ear. Lunge deeper into the left knee. Increase the space between your thigh bones. So lunge into the left knee. Let the pelvis come low. One more breath. Bring the hands down so that they're framing your front foot. Bring your back foot towards the middle of your mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Take a little step forward with your back foot, just a little one, until you can bring the heel down and you can turn your back toes out at about 2 o'clock. And then starting with the left knee bent, bring your hands onto the left shin. Stack your hands, press the hands into the shin to pull your breastbone towards the front of your mat. And then option here is to press the left heel down more and straighten your left leg, Parsvottanasana. Get long through your spine. Power down through your feet for one more breath. Now keep the left hand on your shin. Turn the torso to the right and reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Triangle pose. Find your breath. Micro bend your left knee. Stand up on your feet. Reach your arms above your head, bend your elbows, grab a hold of opposite elbows, and then side bend towards the right for reverse triangle. So use your right fingers here to pull the left elbow more towards the back of your mat. Press the left heel down more and get that beautiful stretch through the left side of your body for one more breath. Come back up and relax your arms. Now pivot on your feet, turn all 10 toes towards the back of your mat. Bring your hands down to the ground, towards the back of your mat, and step back to downward facing dog, facing the back of your mat. And from here, you can stay or we'll move through that wide cobra flow facing the back. Inhale forward to high plank, drop your knees down, bend your elbows, lower yourself to your belly. Slide the hands wide, point your toes, fingertips down, inhale, back bend. Exhale, melt it down. Hands come under your shoulders, press to all fours, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. One breath in and out. Look forward, inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and bow. Bend your knees, fingertips down. Take a long step back with your left foot, please. Land the left foot, and then bend the left knee all the way down to the mat. Low lunge. And just for a couple of breaths, just start to rock your pelvis forward and back. Go slow so you can feel the feedback from your thighs, from your hip flexors, your quads. And then bring the pelvis forward. Reach the pelvis towards the front heel, the right heel. And then we're going to lift the back foot and swing the back foot across the mat towards your right. So the back foot pivots towards your right. And then keep the legs as they are. Walk the hands towards the left. Keep the bend of the right knee. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat, behind your left leg. Land the left fingers behind your left shin. Sweep the right arm across the right ear. Lunge deeper into your right knee. Regressed reverse warrior. And then bring the right hand down and let's walk the hands back to where they came from. And then once the hands come forward, you can bring the right forearm across the right thigh, sweep the left arm across the left ear, and lunge deeper into the right knee. Let the pelvis drop. Take 2 breaths. Look down. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. And then bring your back foot back to the middle of the mat for our low lunge position. Tuck your back toes, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Take a little step forward with the left foot. Shorten your stance. Turn your left toes out at about 10 o'clock and drop the left heel. Keep the bend of the right knee for now. Stack your hands on your right shin. Press the hands into the shin and feel how that presses the crown of the head forward. Lengthen through the sides of your neck. Option to dig into the right heel more and straighten the right leg. 2 breaths. Keep your right hand on your shin. Turn your torso to the left. Reach your left hand up. Trikonasana. Micro bend your right knee. Stand up on your feet. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms up above your head. Bend your elbows. Grab opposite elbows. And then side bend to the left. So reverse triangle. Pull the right elbow to the left with your left fingers. One more breath. And come back up through center and relax your arms down. Turn all 10 toes to the front of your mat, reach your hands down for the ground, and step back to downward facing dog, please. From downward dog, you can stay or move through that wide cobra flow we've been taking. Inhale forward to high plank. Knees down to the mat. Exhale, lower to your belly and your chest. Slide the hands wide, point the toes. Inhale, wide cobra pose. And exhale back to the ground. Hands under your shoulders, press to all fours. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. One more breath. Bend your knees to the mat, please. And then swing your legs to one side so that you can sit on your bum and orient yourself towards the long edge of your mat. Just make sure that you can still see your device from where you are. And sit on your bum and bring your feet out in front of you, please. Have your feet just a little bit wider than your outer hips. And then from this position, you can support the body with the hands on the ground behind you. And then turn the knees to the left. Reach your inner right knee to the ground, and then sit up on your left bum cheek and turn your chest towards the left shin. So setting up for a deer pose here, the right thigh bone is basically parallel with the short edge of your mat, as is your front shin. And if this organization of the legs doesn't work for you in your hips or your knees, find one that does. Lean your torso forward over your inner left thigh. Feel your left sitting bone reach back so that the outer left thigh gets longer. And then either have your hands on the ground in front of the left shin or maybe bring the forearms towards the ground. Let the chest get heavy so you're rounding the spine forward. Close your eyes so you can visualize the movement of your breath in and out of your beautiful body. And find that intersection of where the pose meets the breath and how they complement each other. Last two. Round yourself upright. So use the hands to do that. And then we'll reposition the legs, keeping them in a similar shape. Just bring the legs closer together. And then bring your right shin bone into the inner arch of the left foot. Kind of just nestle it in there. Setting up for a Bharadvajasana variation. From here, think about pressing your right sitting bone down towards the ground. It won't touch, but have that action of trying to neutralize the pelvis. Turn your chest to the left, so away from your feet. And have your fingertips on the ground so you can press the fingertips down, lift your chest higher. Pull the heads of your arm bones back and then turn your chin over the left shoulder. Sit tall as you twist. Take one more deep breath. Keep the legs as they are, untwist. And then bring your right hand to your right ankle. Use that to stabilize so that you can lift your left hand up and then side bend to the right. So reach your left fingers over to the right, get heavier through your left hip, and get longer through the left side of your body. Fill the left side of your body with your breath. And then come back to center, land the left fingers. From here, lean to your left, lift your right leg, and step your right foot in front of your left shin. Bring your right fingers behind your bum and bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then use that hand to help you twist your chest to the right. Pull the back of the right shoulder back, lift the chest a little bit higher. Last breath. Okay, so let's untwist again. Lean to the left. Bring the right leg back to where it was. Separate the legs. You can use your hands behind you. Lift your knees up and come to that original position that we found. Let's go to the other side. So drop your knees to the right, reach your inner left knee towards the ground, shift forward so you're sitting on your right bum cheek, and then you can bring the right shin forward so it's more parallel with the short edge of your mat, and you can do the same with the left thigh. So maybe bring the knee back or whatever that means to have the left thigh bone and the right shin parallel with the short edge of your mat. Readjust as you need. And then lean yourself forward over your inner right leg. Feel that length of the outer right thigh. Feel the right sitting bone press back. Feel the breastbone reach forward. And then either bring your hands forward in front of the shin, or if you can and you have the space, you can bring the forearms and the elbows down as well. Connect to your body and your body's experience right here. Breathe with whatever you're feeling in terms of sensation and feedback from the pose. Round yourself up. And now we'll close the gap between the legs, setting up for Bharadvajasana. So left shin now rests in the inner arch of the right foot. Try to reach the left sitting bone towards the ground. So neutralize the pelvis a little bit more. And then sit up tall, bring your fingertips, all 10 of them, to the ground to your right. As you start to turn your torso to the right, pull the right shoulder back and turn your chin over your right shoulder. Lift your chest up another inch. Get really long through the spine. Last breath here. Start to untwist. Bring your left hand to the left ankle. Use that as an anchor. Reach your right hand up. Side bend to the left. So reach the right fingers across to the left. Feel the weight of your right hip sink down as you stretch across your body. Come back to center and lean a bit to the right. Lift your left leg and then set the left foot down in front of your right shin. Bring the left fingers behind you. Bring your right hand to the outer left knee and then turn to the left. So twist your chest to the left, pull the left shoulder back and look over your left shoulder. Last breath. Untwist back to center. Lean again to the right. Bring the left leg back behind you. Come back to our original position, feet on the ground, knees lifted. And then feel free to just move your knees from side to side. Go slow. Watch the rotation of your hips in and out. And then from here, we're going to come into a resting position for a few moments. So maybe either lying down on your back. I'm going to come into child's pose. So you can choose which one you'd like, Shavasana or child's pose. If you're coming to child's pose, bring your knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Reach the sitting bones back so that the low back lengthens. And then rest the forearms, the elbows, and the forehead to your mat. The body is like our best friend. And we know how good it feels to give our friends gifts. That always lights us up. And here you are giving your body the gift of your time, the gift of your attention, and the gift of your breath. So just take a few moments here to just rest in that intimate connection that you have with your body, with your breath, and feel what it feels like to be alive in your body right now. And take a really deep inhale through your nose. Let the exhale come out the mouth. Do that again. Inhale. Grounding exhale. Feel free to linger here. Maybe turn off or pause your device. Otherwise, you can walk the hands back in towards the knees, gently rounding yourself up, or roll yourself over to your side. And take a moment before going on into the rest of your day and feel what you feel, and carry this connection of body and breath into whatever you explore next. So thank you so much for being here and connecting to yourself. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.